Dis vir my so lekker om vanoggend met Dr. Rebone Moerane te gesels. Nou, hy is 'n senior lektor verbonde aan die Universiteit van Pretoria, betrokke daar by Onderste Poort. Dokter, baie welkom by GROOTplaas.
Baie dankie Mia en goeiemôre toe almal.
Goeiemôre.
Baie dankie vir die geleentheid om oor die projek te praat.
Ag, dis die mooiste Afrikaans, maar ek weet ons gaan sommer oorskakel Engels toe. Dankie vir die bereidwilligheid. We are focusing on UP's small-scale farmer training and development project. Before we get there, just introduce yourself. I mean, I know you are involved at Onderste Poort. Yes. That must be an extremely exciting job.
Yeah, yes, I've qualified a long time ago in around 1991. I was involved in the state as a state vet. I've been in private sector. But then I decided, with the passion of development of farmers, let me join the University of Pretoria in academia so that I can impart my knowledge also to students, but also get involved as part of community engagement with the small-scale farmers.
That's amazing. I think when we talk about the theme, when it comes to small-scale farmers, they make up such a big part of our farming community.
Correct.
So with this project, what is it all about? What are you focusing on? And what I'm always interested in, practically, how are you approaching it?
Mia, this project has 4 major objectives. So we are planning to train 1,200 farmers, small-scale livestock farmers.
That's wonderful.
In 3 major different areas, okay? You've got one area in the Ottosdal, Sunnysoft area, another area in the Potchefstroom area, and the third one in the Sekhukhune area. So you can see northwestern Limpopo province. But together with that, we intend to create opportunities for jobs.
Absolutely.
So we are going to employ 5 unemployed graduates to participate in this project and assist the small-scale farmers.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's an opportunity for private vets as well to be involved. The third objective is to improve production. Mia, you spoke about the small-scale farmers having livestock. It's assets, but their output is very low. So our intention is that let's help them so that they produce and can participate in the value chain. We have seen markets opening up. Recently, the Minister of Agriculture was in China signing agreements, so they shouldn't be left behind.
Absolutely.
They should participate.
Yes.
Now, the third opportunity is to create postgrad opportunities for young people. So from local areas, those that meet the criteria to go into masters and a PhD program. So we've got 3 masters opportunities and 1 PhD opportunity. So you can see it's a holistic approach.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's so needed. You mentioned earlier, you've got this passion for developing and creating opportunities for small-scale farmers.
Correct.
Why? That's the most important question, the why behind everything.
Two reasons why. Firstly, I obviously come from a resource-poor area. My grandfather had livestock, and it's one of the things that encouraged me to study veterinary science.
Yes.
And I could see how they were struggling. They could have been very far by now. That's one reason.
That's good.
The second reason is having been a state vet in those rural areas. I've seen that people...
You've lived it.
Yes. They've got assets, but they cannot use them fruitfully because they lack knowledge, they lack the skills.
Yes.
So we need to help them.
It is extremely important, and I think I would love to hear from you the important role that the small-scale farmers plays in South Africa. Please put it in perspective for me. I mean, they don't stand alone, but they stand alone.
Correct. Mia, if you look at the livestock, and I'll use, for example, let's take the cattle population in South Africa, probably about 13 million, all right?
Goodness.
And they own probably about 45% of that. But their output and contribution, it's less than 10%. That's one problem. Secondly, they are experiencing major challenge. For example, their calving percentage, which should have been at about 82, 84%, it's at 35%.
Yes.
Right? winning mortalities, pre-winning mortalities, they are experiencing those challenges, right? So they are there. They've got livestock, but they are not in the value chain.
Yes.
And some do. They do take their animals to auctions or whatever, but there is no one going deeper to trace and see how many of the livestock is really coming from these rural areas, right? We know at the same time in rural areas there's lack of jobs, there's poverty.
That's true.
But they've got those assets. So if we improve them production, if we improve the economic input in those rural areas, there'll be improved households' economy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's so simple.
It's
so simple. So let's just do it.
we all have to put our energy and participate in the program.
So who's involved and who's the partners? I mean, obviously, this is something, it's too big to tackle alone.
Correct, Mia.
And you're not doing it on your own?
No, I'm not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely. Mia, from the side of UP, we have a team of qualified vets, right, who are doing the training in those particular areas. By the same token, there are private vets who can speak local language. We contract them to be involved in the program.
Yeah.
And in that way, they create relationship with the communities. But the big funder came. Funding is the most important.
Absolutely.
And a funder saw this program and said, I will come on board, I will partner with you, but identify these areas, let's go and train those farmers in those areas. But the government, we cannot do things without government in those areas. So the Department of Agriculture, we communicate with them, they participate in identifying the farmers, in coordinating the farmers in those local areas. The extension officers, the animal health technicians, and the state vet. And that, in a way, again, improves communication between the local small-scale farmer and their local state vets. We've also spoken to the RMIs, who also see an opportunity and to participate in this program so that we can improve and bring markets locally and they can help these farmers. So there's a number of people involved.
Wonderful.
Also, I mustn't forget to mention and give credit to AfriVet Business Management, who actually started with developing training material some years ago. And we partner with them in getting this training material to go and train these farmers.
This is such a beautiful example of, how proper education and proper training can make something that works and, we get by to make that thing wonderful and make it amazing. And I think that's the amazing part of education and proper training, especially and even when it comes to farmers.
Yes. Mia, these farmers, with the type of training, it is so practical that even if a farmer did not go to school, but the way we take them through the training and how it is so practical, they can gain the skills and they can start implementing. It's really wonderful to see the eyes opening of this, say, wow, if I knew this, I could have implemented and improved my livestock years ago.
But luckily, it's never too late.
It's never too late.
It's never too late.
Yes, I agree.
I would love to, because you guys are involved with a lot of small-scale farmers. What are some of the everyday challenges that they face?
Right. First thing, Mia, infrastructure. That's for them not having appropriate infrastructure in their local areas. For example, not having appropriate crash pens to be able to handle animals, right? But also water. Water is a serious problem in these villages. And you can imagine now you've got human beings competing with animals or livestock for water.
Goodness.
The other challenge is grazing, right? And we know. And we keep on saying they've got too many animals, which leads to overgrazing. Yes. But if we don't engage them so that they understand that livestock farming is a business and they start removing some of the animals that they can benefit out of them, so that they know that I need to keep so many animals for this size of land, then if we do that, then they will see the value
Absolutely.
You know, of ensuring that at the same time they look after their environment.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is so important.
Yes.
I think, you know, rolling out a project like this,
Yes.
it doesn't just happen overnight.
Yes.
So just if you can sum up for me, and how do you guys plan on rolling it out? What's the timeline going to be? And is this something is it a project that it's got a 10-year, 20-year dream?
Right. Mia, you know, it almost took us 2 years.
Just to get where we are now.
Just to plan this project.
Yeah.
You know, we have been running a program on primary math care from 2010, right? Which was also funded by AfriVet.
Yes.
But when they stopped funding, we started saying we cannot stop.
Yes.
We need to continue.
We're
get
into
involved.
deep, into deep now.
Exactly.
Yes.
But for this particular project, it took 2 years to sit down and plan for it.
Yeah.
The idea, we are going to implement this project for 3 years. And some people might be saying, why so long?
Yeah.
You know, again, we are going to take along these farmers and be with them. And also at the same time, through our master's students and the interns that we will have employed, we're going to collect data and see, is there improvement with individual farmers? Is there improvement in the local areas? So that we can quantify and look at what has been the output in those areas in terms of animals produced, animals sold, finance in terms of money coming in. So that's why it takes so long. But we have to be involved and take them along.
I must be honest, I actually can't think that there won't be an improvement.
Yes.
And that is the magic of proper training in any industry.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we all have this potential.
Yes.
And proper training brings that potential, you know, on the foreground. And I really admire you guys for what you're doing.
Yes.
And one of the big things is, and I'd love to leave us with a thought here, just why the focus, why now? Why should the focus be now?
Yeah, we are quite aware of the economic situation in the country, right? We have seen the numbers in terms of unemployment in this country. But these farmers have got assets and they can participate and improve local economy. So, as I said, we've been involved in a number of communities locally around Honestbord, but this is an opportunity to expand to other areas in the country. And I really am calling upon big business, the industry, let's partner and expand such a program throughout the country. There will be improvement in this country.
There we go. Well, I say thank you to you, and thank you for what you guys are doing, and thank you for having a chat with us.
Thank you, Mia, and I really appreciate for the opportunity.